What's going on, guys? Major Rushmore here, otherwise known as Simon. Welcome along to day 38 of my weight loss journey. Thank you so much for joining me as always. Really appreciate your company. Okay, to recap on food from yesterday, I had my porridge for breakfast as always, with mashed banana, honey, and crushed flaxseed. After that, I had a cappuccino, and for lunch, I had chicken breast fillet seasoned with tikka seasoning, cooked in the air fryer, and then put that on a Dunstores wholemeal flatbread with sliced tomato, diced onion, slice of light matured cheddar, and taco sauce. That went down reasonably okay. I mean, it's not as good as the Tesco flatbread, but it was a second choice, like because we had none of the Tesco's. So yeah, none of the Tesco flatbread that is. So it had to do. It was fine, but it wasn't as good as the Tesco one. Let's put it that way. I washed that down with a can of Pepsi Max, and I had a Muller Light yogurt for dessert. After that, I had an apple about 2 hours afterwards and about 2 hours before supper. And for supper, I had my wife was rushing around. She was away all day, but she got back at the last minute and she just whipped up some more spaghetti bolognese because she had the ingredients handy. So that was fine. I wasn't complaining because I really enjoy it anyway. In terms of water intake, I got 5 liters in, or sorry, 5 pints in, which was great. And felt good about that. And that's all caught up on all the food. Uh, Work yesterday, I had intended on finishing off the video consultation module, but we have to have a meeting about it, which can't happen until Monday. There's just a technical decision that we need to make. It's quite complicated. I won't bore you with the details. So then I moved over to the SMS module, and I was working away with that. But there are um, there's a compliance and regulation process to go through for that to get your what's called a sender ID. So, when you get a message from a company that comes up with the company name on the text message. So you have to go through comrade.ie to go through the vetting and approval process for that. Takes several weeks. So I was able to work away on the technical side and test some messages to myself in the meantime with a test number. And I also worked on um getting the groundwork in place for the phone module, which was they need this tenant, they need to port they have a national number like 0818 or whatever. They have to get that ported over to this new provider called Twilio, who allow us to use what's called programmable voice. So I can write software then that can interact with the phone number and answer calls and make calls out from a person's computer, for example. So for video or sorry for phone consultations. I also done some work then when I was done my day job. I done some work on my treasure hunt website, and that was basically redrawing or getting AI to redesign some of the images in an art style that I like. I like kind of like a Pixar style artwork. So that's what I'm going for with all these cartoon characters and all, etc., on this website, just to make it more fun and vibrant, etc. So that's us caught up. Weigh in day today. As soon as I get up now, I'm going to get weighed in. So let's see how that goes. All right, just under 2.5 pounds lost for the week. I mean, it's okay. I'm happy with that. I would have liked to have lost more, keep it up around the 3 mark, but 2.5, just under 2.5 pounds is fine. So what's that, like just about 2 ounces off to exactly 2.5 pounds? So 20, what was it? 26 point. I can't even remember what the reading was on the video now. 26.59 was it? 26 stone 5 pounds 0.9, I think is what it said. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm going to show the reading on the phone app up here on the screen. So as you can see, there was original a lot of weight loss, a lot of water weight loss at the start, and then it started to go on a steady decline. Then from that point, in terms of like losing an average of about 3 pounds a week, and you can see at the bottom there, this week's just under 2.5 pounds. So, I mean, I'm happy with that. And remember, my target when I first started, I started off at 28 stone, 3 pounds at the 1st of January. And if I set myself a target of 6 stone weight loss for the entire year, and anything else is a bonus. So even if I was to keep on track for that 6 stone, which is 84 pounds, therefore my target weight loss every week will be 1.6 pounds. So as you can see, I'm above that by a pound this week, so that's fine. I'm making gains on it anyway. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with that. Where else was I going to say? Yeah, that's it. Let me know your thoughts on the weigh-in. Right, back to the porridge. Going to start with the toasted flaxseed crunch. Get a spoonful of that in there. There we go with the old honey. Saturday night takeaway as well today, so looking forward to that later on. I may scrape that off, it's dripping too slow for my liking. Yeah, I'm not sure what to go. I might change the dish now this evening to something else, just to mix it up a bit. Not sure what to go with yet, but we shall see. I'm also going to get a portion of cashew nuts to mix in. One comment, I think it was Joseph, in the comments said that cashew nuts are the absolute worst nuts. But another commenter said they're not too bad if you have them in moderation. You know, like a handful isn't going to be too detrimental, apparently. So I'm going to give that a whirl. Like I'm not going to be eating a whole bag of them or anything, you know. So, right, let's get on to the banana here. Oh, slight bruise here. So I'll have to do a bit of surgery to get rid of that. Quite stringy, is it? Okay. Right, let's perform some surgery. I'm going to have a Dunn's wrap, or a Dunn's flatbread today again. My wife will be going to pick up the Chinese later on for the Saturday night takeaway, so she's going to do the shopping at that stage as well. And as she rightly said, there's no point in going in twice in the day just to get me those flatbreads. So yeah, wasn't too bad, like, you know what I mean. The Dunn's wraps, or I keep calling them wraps, flatbreads, but the Tesco ones are just miles ahead. Yeah. And I wouldn't have known about them unless only for my wife got them originally. So, you know, there you go. By the way, if anyone has any tips out there of stuff that I haven't tried that you haven't seen me eating on any of these videos, please let me know. I'm after running out kitchen roll as well, so I get some of that. Right, it's looking particularly dry here, so another decent drop of milk, I'd say. I like the porridge more moister rather than drier, if you know what I mean. That flaxseed gives it a nice consistency as well in every spoonful. I'm going to add slightly more milk. Just a bit of extra lubrication, get it going down the throat easier, you know. Alright, let's have a drink of this first. Oh my God, guys, it's so good. That is really adding to it. Remember I put up a video close to the start of these videos called Perfect Porridge because I thought I had it dialed in. Well, by adding this, it's just after amping it up even more. It's so much better. The other one I got as well, which was the milled chia seeds with blueberry. Not as good as that. That's the one to go to now, that flaxseed one. It's very good. Really nice. Okay. My plan for the day in work is I'm not working. I'm just going to spend some time on my own side project, the treasure hunt thing. Bit of work to do on that. I have a video to do for my uncle as well, that my uncle's family. I'd like to potentially start that today as well. I'm not sure. I'll see how I get on in terms of time. But yeah, okay. I shall talk to you at lunch. All right, supper time. I kind of skipped lunch. Well, I had a protein bar, a fulfilled protein bar, salted caramel. So I skipped lunch because I knew I was going to have a Chinese, which I intend on eating the full dish with the sauce drained off as much as possible. So we got it over a different Chinese tonight. Royal Garden Gory, I believe. Wife went food shopping. When she was in there, she picked up loads of yolks on the list and all that. Like, for example, she went to a kind of like a wholesale type shop. It's called Spice and Gory, and she picked up big portions of various things. Like, for example, there you go, paprika. We normally go for the smaller jars, but there's loads in that. Various other things like garlic mayonnaise, taco sauce. You know, the big. I guess they're the equivalent of Costco in Ireland, but they're, it's not Costco, but it's the same kind of vibe, I'd imagine. I was actually never in the shop, but that's the kind of idea that I get. Right, I'm gonna have all the rice, am I? I didn't have any lunch, so I might as well. Shit, I forgot the lid was on it. There we go, wasn't too hard to take off. Right, let's make a little nest. Or like my granddad mixing cement, making a little volcano. Right, so I'm going to try and drain off the sauce now. The dish I got, by the way, is I asked for fillet steak with cashew nut, as it was on their menu, and that's all it said on it, so I assumed it came with whatever sauce was on it, but he asked my wife what sauce that she wanted, so she just said black bean, so here we are with black bean again. Right, I have this device this time to drain it off. Can't remember what way I done this the last time now. Just spoon it on there. Nice bit of veg in this as well, actually, so it's looking promising. Not a whole lot of sauce wanting to drip off that. Nothing there, it's not even dripping, so I'm just going to go for that. That's all left on the thingamajig. Right, let's get another. We're having it all, so I'll spoon it all in there. Or fork it all in there. Get those veg. The veg is a big part of it as well. I don't know if there's any. Oh yeah, no, I am getting some off. Not a whole lot though. It's kind of pointless trying to drain it, to be honest, just because there's very little coming off it. It's probably painful watching me doing this. There's not a whole lot coming off that, so I'll just lob it in there. The real test will be how much sauce is left in the bottom of the dish when I'm done, I'd imagine. This looks like quite a lot of sauce on this part, so let me just squeeze that out as I'm scraping off the bottom of the dish. You probably can't see that on camera, but there is a fair bit of sauce coming off that now. And I'm just going to go with that. Alright. Just bring that over there out of camera. And I'll show you what we have. There's the amount of sauce that's left behind. Can't be too good for you. I'm not seeing a whole lot of cashew nuts, so maybe they didn't make it. And here's what we have. Nice bit of veg in there. Fillet beef, fried rice. Let me get a thumbnail. I'm not sure where the best side for the thumbnail is. Something like that. Okay. I wash this all down with a can of Pepsi Max. Oh, a bit of salt. Where's me pink Himalayan salt? I also has to go on a wild goose chase to find this because it's always in a different spot every time I go looking. Right, there's 2 locations down. I'm trying to figure it out. It's all the way over here at the bottom of that room. All the way over on the coffee table it was. Right. The good news is she also picked up the Tesco flatbreads. So I'm looking forward to having those for lunch every day. She picked up 2 packets, so that should keep me going for another week, hopefully. Right, let's try this. Should have got a knife, maybe. Very nice. Yeah, even though it doesn't have the cashew nuts, it's still bang on. Really tasty. It's probably tastier than what I get at Vipo or usual takeaway, to be honest. I'm quite enjoying it, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of it off camera. But yeah, just looking back on the weight loss today, you know, I'm happy that, like, you know, I'm losing it slowly but surely. I've a, you know, for a normal person, like, that's a bit overweight, losing that, like, you know, they mightn't bat an eyelid, but for someone of my size with an awful amount of weight to lose, I'm much more comfortable losing it slowly but surely. You see that I'm having really decent meals here. I'm really enjoying it. It's not a taxing process. You know, I don't feel like I'm going to fail. I feel like meals are right and I'm fueled for the entire day. And you know, it's you know, it's slow. It's a slow burn, but I will get there. It's a marathon, not a sprint, as they say. So yeah, hopefully I can lose 3 pounds this week, or slightly more maybe, and then that'll be like 2 stone gone in the space of, what is it, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Remember, my original target was 6 stone for the year, so I'm well ahead of target. But anything above my 6 stone target is a massive bonus and a blessing. So remains to be seen. But anyway, thank you for joining me on the journey so far. I see there's a few new subscribers that are joining as well. Welcome. As always, everyone, feel free to leave the comments in the comments section below, and I shall talk to you in the next section. All the best. Bye. Next video. Bye.